Today I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 7, Episode 6. I still can't believe I'm saying that out loud. It feels so weird to be watching the 7th and final season. In the previous episode, it was really well done. It was all about Anya's backstory. We learned, how she became this vengeance demon, and now she's not a vengeance demon. We lost Halfrick in the previous episode, as Anya tried to undo the horrible thing that she had done for her, being a vengeance demon, but that's not what happened, and it was just such a tough episode for her. So well done. We also had a song about her and Xander, where she was singing about being a missus as this flashback scene, from the musical episode, which was such a great episode. So I don't know what that means for Anya's character. Obviously her and Xander's relationship were how, they were connected. So I don't know where she's going to go now that she's on her own and she's not a vengeance demon. Obviously, that was, a big part of her identity and a big part of her character. We saw Willow went back to university, which I'm so excited about. We did see Willow use magic a little bit in the previous episode, but it felt more like an instinct or a reflex, and I hope that's not the start of her going back down the slope we saw in previous seasons. I feel like it was just a one-off, but again, who knows. But I hope Willow is back on being back to the Willow that we know and staying away from that dark magic. They also referenced that ominous message of from beneath it devours, so I feel like that's the Hellmouth. I feel like that's going to be the big bad for this season, but I'm very curious to see where it's going to go. So thank you so much for sharing and this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content.
Fine. I invite you in, Nimrod.
Don't want your sodding.
This is gonna go well. It's reminded me of when Spike and Giles lived together.
Been out of the basement for half an hour, and you've already stopped talking to invisible people.
Bollocks.
Okay, so there was that one.
Let's do the whole thing. I don't need you mollycoddling.
It's not coddling. Now go to your closet. You love him? No. I feel for him.
I think she feels bad for him now that he has a soul.
Say Spike disgusts you, but secretly you two are doing it like bunnies, and then Spike says he'd die for you, but he tries to rape you.
Yeah, conflicting messages for sure.
Beautiful mural on every ugly wall in the world, and then you could paint a beautiful mural on every ugly mural in the world.
And I think Dawn's learning the lessons of First Crush. Yep. Oh my, cue the music. No one has ever looked attractive doing that. Oh my. We've seen Dawn go on I think 1 date or 2 dates, and they didn't go well. But I'm pretty sure they were with vampires, so maybe she's as she falls off the bench. Oh god.
Maybe I'm not even the right Anya. I ever think about that? I mean, tons of Anyas out there.
Oh my god, Demon's going after her now. Now she's trying to save Anya? Ooh.
Something bad is happening. I don't want my friends out there alone right now. Okay?
Is Anya in that category of friends?
You had Mr. Gurn for English back at your old school, right?
We all did.
Oh, this is gonna go badly. Oh no, she's trying so hard.
God, gross. A vending machine fell on Cheryl, and all you can think about is new cheerleaders.
That's how she got hurt? Oh god, a vending machine?
You actually think Coach should start your quarterback over me?
I'm just saying.
The quarterback is the most important member of the team. He is like the rudder that guides the ship.
Oh, Dawn, stop. Just stop now. Just digging a hole.
We'll talk later, guys. It's cool.
Oh, great song. This is Dawn's awkward high school years. Is she going through Buffy's old cheerleader stuff? Oh, man.
Nice outfit.
I feel like that's Buffy's old outfit, yeah.
Say, Razorbacks, Razorbacks, go! Archie!
The years of therapy to recover from this moment. Yeah. Oh, and of course she falls. She made a personalized cheer for the guy she has a crush on. Oh no. Oh no.
Come on, Donnie. Come out.
Change schools. Just never go back. It is.
Archie's never gonna notice me now.
From what you said, I'm sure he already noticed you. I mean, with the falling and the spirit.
I'll buy you a new one.
It's not the point. I don't want a new cheerleading outfit.
Now, let's not be hasty.
Xander, gross.
I don't even know this RJ. Not really.
I do know him. I know his soul.
That seems a bit much. Yeah.
You have no idea how I feel. You have no idea what real love is.
Oh my, that's not true.
It's dog eat dog. Make the best man win.
But nobody's better than RJ.
She is obsessed. Yeah, no kidding. Oh my god! Dawn! She just pushed him down the stairs. She's lost her mind.
I don't know. Maybe he was just embarrassed. It's hard being clumsy, especially when you're popular and athletic.
She's not jealous at all.
And tell him the bad news. Not a conversation I really want to have.
At least he's still got RJ to take over.
Buffy's putting it together now. She's like, oh, that's the guy.
Had to get involved in this, Dawn.
That's okay. I'm just really sorry it happened.
And of course they would like, we know Dawn has like stolen stuff before, but this guy also has a reputation of lying, I guess.
You know, I was thinking of heading out tonight after practice. You want to meet up?
She's like, oh, he liked the criminal act I did. Oh, that's so cute.
I'm just saying, once you get back to Seoul, doesn't that mean you start, like, picking up your own wet towels off the floor?
He's not a good roommate.
Dawn is the, quote, smartest, funniest, coolest, hottest, and having the thickest boy eyelashes boy in school, unquote.
And I think he's here with Dawn. They said they were going out later, so...
Fan club.
Daddy like.
Oh, I think it's gonna be Dawn. Oh god, I think she's gonna turn around. It's gonna be Dawn, isn't it?
See her precious boyfriend getting all thrusty with some slut bag hussy.
Yep, there it is. Oh my gosh, your little sister's grown up. Yep.
Oh, no. Daddy, no, I wasn't.
Xander's like, I take it back.
I don't think so.
Oh, so what? Suddenly you're mom now?
No, I'm not. And I'm glad she's not here to see you like this.
Oh god. That's low. That's a low blow.
You've always been the special one. Hot little Buffy with her boyfriends, the Slayer. And now someone likes me and you just can't stand that I'm getting the attention.
Nope, that's not it at all. Yeah.
We were just dancing.
Right. You think I'm stupid? You're gonna back off now.
What is with this guy?
You know what's sad? A girl who can't move on when she's been dumped.
Oh my. Oh!
Going to them. In specific, my sister.
Hey, I didn't do anything to your sister. And you saw how hot she looked last night. I think
That's not helping. That's not helping. Nope.
I bet you run a lot, huh?
Does she have a crush on him now too? What's happening? What is with this guy? Oh my.
Just like you. But with the sexual experience and stuff.
Oh my, just going right for it.
I think I hear what you're saying.
Can we stop though? Can we stop? Like, what is he hypnotizing her? Like, what's happening? Is he putting a spell on her?
Thanks.
This is the same music that when Dawn was staring at him. What is going on with this guy? Oh, Buffy's so giddy.
The tiniest thing. He might have said that you came on a little strong.
None of these things happened.
I'm the pushy queen of Slut Town.
No, honey.
Oh, God.
Info. We know he doesn't like being swept. He likes to be the sweeper. Dawn, you're gonna come out the winner here.
Now it's a competition. Oh my gosh. Buffy's like, let me help you. I'll learn everything about him.
16, so we can solve for y in terms of ice.
Sorry to interrupt. We need to see RJ Brooks down in the guidance office.
I don't know where this episode's going. I feel like we had such a strong episode previously, and now Buffy has a crush on one of the students and is taking him out of class. What is happening?
There's one of you. And there's one of me.
This is crossing some lines. Absolutely.
You were the one in math class. Tell me what that adds up to.
Oh my god.
I'm not coming on too strong if I just look at him.
And what's gonna happen if Dawn sees them together? Like, she obviously knows Dawn has a crush on him. Yeah, he's not there.
Yeah. That would be cool.
And sometimes I didn't even do anything wrong.
Oh my, Buffy. Just smooching students now. What is happening?
You're like a teacher.
Good, not what she wanted to hear. She's gonna see them. Yeah, of course. Oh, God. That's not gonna go well.
Anymore.
I just called him that guy in the jacket.
That's what I used to call him in my head before I knew his real name.
I need you.
Xander, hi. This is RJ.
Hey, guy. It's called knocking.
Oh my god, these two.
That was an hour ago. We were and also, it's a classroom, you chatter.
Crying. Please. Crying isn't gonna make his love for me go away, you know.
Listen, you're under a love spell. That's what this has to be.
Yeah, no kidding. There's obviously something going on.
I betrayed you? You're the one that constructed this elaborate fantasy about you and my lover.
Your lover? Your lover?
Oh my god. Yeah, they're using some loose terms.
Because you were the one I trusted.
Yeah, obviously Buffy knew how she felt. She's her sister also, but yeah, clearly they're under some kind of spell.
At least the yelling went away. It's starting to sound like Christmas morning with my family.
Love spells. People forget how dangerous they can be.
Hey.
Didn't Xander use one? Yeah, I was gonna say, Xander did one once. Oh, we got an actual flashback. Aww. Young Xander.
Yeah.
And now he's like a pizza delivery guy. This was like his idol in high school.
Gotta tell you, there was a time I was worried about RJ. Used to be all into comic books, Model UN, geek stuff. No offense.
And suddenly now he's a popular athlete. That's not suspicious.
Found all this poetry under his bed. Turns out he wrote it.
Poetry meaning a spell.
Feel about it too. How he met Mom wearing that jacket. She was a former Miss Arkansas. Very hot in her day.
Wow, that's
Something in the jacket, obviously. Yeah, it worked for him. It worked for his dad.
Good thing Buffy and Dawn are upstairs. If they knew he was here.
And the same music. Yeah, these two are following the slow-mo walk away. It's gotta be the jacket. Yeah.
But you don't even know him.
Yes, I do. I looked into him and I saw his soul.
That's what Dawn said. Oh my gosh.
Willow thinks she's in love with my boyfriend, RJ.
What? No! You two can't do this.
Willow, you're a gay woman. And he...
Physical presence. It's about his heart.
His physical presence has a penis.
I can work around it.
This is. Clearly, you've both been affected by the same love spell that got Dawn.
This isn't a spell.
Buffy still thinks she's immune to this love spell and that it's real.
Answer to this. Just think about who loves him the most. Clearly, I do, since I'm willing to look past the whole orientation thing.
They were having like a love battle about who loves him the most.
I'd kill for him.
You'd kill for a chocolate bar.
Oh god.
No. Never.
Oh god, I'm very worried what they're gonna do to try and prove. Oh, this split screen montage. Yeah, they're gonna try and each see how much they love him. She's like, I'll rob a bank. I'm worried Buffy's gonna actually kill the principal. We know how Sunnydale principals go in this town. Feels like a interesting heist movie. Dawn's gonna lay on the railroad tracks. Are we serious right now? This is getting real grim. Cheese and rice. Oh my god. She's taking her rocket launcher to the high school. Oh god. I do love that thing, but I'm worried. Oh god, just with a literal rocket launcher outside the window. One of my favorite scenes from the previous seasons, but Spike tackle her in the background. That's so funny. Well, he has no idea what's happening.
My God, you think so?
Well, I wouldn't put it past her. She's recently evil, you know.
Well, so am I. Why should I miss out?
Oh my gosh, these guys. Get her out of there! Yeah, right now. Oh my god, that's too close, too close. Oh my god, oh my god. That did not look like they were gonna make it at all.
By being trisected? What am I, gonna compete with you? You're older and hotter and have sex that's rough and kill people.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah. My God, that boy is hot. Sorry. I think I might be under a spell here.
She finally admits it, yeah.
Now you're sure you understand the plan?
I think I got it, yeah.
I can see Spike's reflection in the glass. Oh, man.
Ow!
That was the plan, you need to understand. Yeah, you gotta get rid of this thing.
You didn't, you know, think about slipping that jacket on just a little bit.
I refuse to answer that on the grounds that it didn't fit.
Almost. I can't believe I almost.
It was a spell. We were helpless. We're not responsible for anything we did morally or, you know.
Did Anya actually rob the bank? Did they stop her?
Hey, Anya. You never told us what you... Can't believe you almost.
Almost 2 now?
She's playing coy.
Can't be the only not embarrassed one. What did you do?
I wrote a poem.
Yeah, right. She robbed that bank for sure.
A daisy, and a tower, and a lake.
And now the latest on Sunnydale's late-night bandit, who is still at large.
So that was my first time watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 7, Episode 6. It wasn't, I don't think, the strongest episode, and especially coming off the previous episode, which I feel like was a great episode, was really well done, and this felt like, okay, we put a bunch of energy and time into the previous episode, we need to get another episode out, you know, let's just get something done. Like this love spell on this jacket, I don't think, again, was the strongest storyline, but I think it was a fun episode. Definitely not the worst I've ever seen. I feel like episodes that are typically very Dawn focused after everything that happened with Glory are typically a little bit harder to get through because I don't feel like we don't spend as much time with her, so I feel like it's a little bit harder. And her character is obviously a teenager and is figuring things out, so obviously this, you know, was a big part of Dawn having, you know, her first crush, which we find out was, you know, because of this jacket, and then, you know, Buffy falls under that same spell, Anya and Willow even falls under that spell, but I feel like the second part of this episode was the strongest. Like, then I had some genuine laughs and it was actually funny, and again, like I said, not the worst episode. This to me was like a good fluff episode. This was a good fluff piece just to get us through. Like, nothing crazy happened. There was some good throwbacks to previous episodes with the cheerleader outfit that Dawn was wearing, you know, doing her auditions to try and impress RJ, and even Xander referencing his love potion from a previous episode as well was nice. And typically if Xander has the funniest lines, that's not the sign of a, you know, an outstanding episode, and he had to be in charge because obviously everybody else had fallen under this spell, and, you know, Xander has his moments, but I feel like this was one of his stronger episodes as well, as he just, you know, was able to pull everybody together, and obviously he wasn't affected by the spell, but the second half when everybody is trying to prove how much they love RJ, and, you know, we have that split screen montage, like almost like a heist, but I'm pretty sure Anya's the only one who actually like committed the crime. They were able to stop everybody else, but, you know, Anya was actually out there robbing banks, and we would have the radio announcement at the end being like, oh, the Sunnydale bandit was at it again, and she quickly turns it off. So I don't think she'll admit what she did, but, you know, I definitely feel like she was going out there to rob banks, and Dawn laying down on the tracks was very dark, and the fact that she was going to unalive herself, like, I didn't think she'd actually go through with it because obviously that would have huge implications for the show. But the fact that she, was thinking that way, that her life didn't have any value because this guy wouldn't be interested. And the way Buffy kept saying, like, you're not going to win, like it was this big competition. And even when Dawn, compares herself to Buffy, be like, well, you're so much prettier and older and like you have all this experience and like, you'd be more appealing as a partner as opposed to Dawn. It was a little bit tough just because you're like, oh my gosh, like this is, to see Dawn feel that way about herself was tough to watch. And Buffy gets the rocket launcher to go take out the principal. I thought that scene was so funny, just to have see Spike tackle her in the background as the principal's just working and has no idea what's going on. But of course, as we know, principals in Sunnydale don't have the greatest history for longevity, and I was worried that might come true, that we might lose the principal. And I love the rocket launcher. It was so great to see that back, as we'd seen in a previous season. And Willow doing the spell to try and turn RJ into a woman, as obviously Willow is gay. So yeah, it was interesting to see the lengths they were willing to go to prove to this person that they were all, obsessed with. And at first I was like, okay, something definitely seemed up when Buffy started to be in love with him. Dawn, I was like, okay, she has her first crush. It's very intense. These are big feelings, and we know she's gone on a few dates before, but this seemed to be a lot more serious. And the fact that she's willing to try out to be on the school team for him and pushing that other quarterback down the stairs for him, like, was doing things she wouldn't normally do, but not to the point of until Buffy finally like hauls him into a classroom and starts making out with him. I was like, okay, clearly something is wrong here. Something is not right. Like, something is up. And of course, Sunnydale, we know there's no shortage of supernatural occurrences. It did feel pretty predictable that once they got the jacket and were able to destroy it, that would be the end of it. And that's exactly what happened. And to find out, Xander knew the brother and like this legacy of the coat, that the dad had passed it down to the son, and the son had now, it seemed like the older brother had kind of peaked in high school, and now the younger brother was wearing this coat. And what would happen, once he started having that allure of like, even his brother being like, oh yeah, he's great, like everybody, was kind of enamored by this guy. Spike does leave the basement and goes to move in with Xander, and I know they had lived together before, and it also reminded me of when he had lived with Giles. I had kind of this, Spike roommate situation, and yeah, it definitely brought to some comedic moments as they obviously don't get along. And even Spike, joining in Xander, trying to get the jacket, and obviously preventing Buffy from putting a rocket launcher through the principal. And I know Spike's character is very complex, and we even see Dawn and Buffy, talk about Spike at the beginning of the episode at the football game when, Buffy is defending him, saying like, yeah, he has a soul now, and, the things that he did before he knew were wrong, and then he went to get his soul. I really did like Spike's character up until that moment. I know there's a lot to process, and the actions of other characters to take into consideration as well, which I definitely am. But yeah, it's the more the episodes go on, the more time goes on, it's helping to process. And obviously he's very upset by what he did to Buffy because it was horrible. And like I said, Spike's character is very complex and complicated, but I think that's what makes him a great character. And even though I know he had a horrible past, just like Angel had a horrible past, Angel had a soul for a lot longer than Spike did. So I think as a viewer, the version of Angel that is Angel with a soul, which again is not an excuse for his behavior for the past, nor is it an excuse for Spike's behavior in the past. And that, in my mind, is Angel. So I know they did these horrible things often together. To me, Spike has had his soul for less amount of time, so it's still a new thing too. As a viewer, you're getting used to, and obviously being in the basement wasn't a good fit for him, so I'm glad they were able to get him out of there. And I think Buffy still cares about him, but maybe it's not as, I don't think it's a black and white, and I don't think it ever was black and white with Buffy and Spike, but she obviously doesn't want to see him suffer and wants to bring him out of this. So yeah, I'm curious to see where his character's going to go. Like I said, I really genuinely did like his character. I know he did horrible things, but he obviously really, really cared about Buffy. That bathroom scene is still sticking with me, and it's probably going to take a little bit longer to, fully get past it, but he does have his soul now. He is trying, and I'm trying to look at it that way, but yes, it's definitely not easy. And I know Angel also did horrible things. He killed Miss Calendar, and both Spike and Angel have done horrible things in their past. Again, it's just, to me, the difference is that Angel has had his soul longer and Spike is still relatively new to having his soul. So those are, in my mind, that's how I view those characters, is Spike's been a bad guy longer. Again, that's not really an excuse for his behavior, but that's how I perceive them as characters. I know Spike's going to be dealing with a lot. Obviously, we've seen his mental health struggle, and, you know, we know his past, how he, you know, was rejected by even poetry that they mentioned in this episode. You know, Spike used to write poetry as well, and the fact that he was that type of person. And like I said, I'm still not 100% there to the point where I can just forget that that ever happened, and I don't know that I will ever just forget that that happened, but each episode as some time goes on, it's getting a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but I can see this version of Spike, and hopefully that's the version that stays. We also saw Buffy save Anya in this episode, which was a stark contrast from the previous episode where, you know, Buffy was adamantly trying to kill her, but it sounds like the vengeance demon that, you know, Anya used to work for is now going after her and isn't letting her go that easily. But, you know, Anya seems to accept it. She's trying to be more independent, trying to do things on her own, trying to figure out who she is. You know, she looks like she had her own apartment in this episode, because obviously she's not living with Xander anymore. Overall, I thought it was a fun episode. It was interesting to see, you know, the lengths that everybody would go to being under this spell. Definitely took a dark turn with Dawn trying to unalive herself, but I think, you know, the bank robbery and Willow trying to turn him into a girl, and, you know, Buffy trying to take out the principal because that's, you know, in the way for RJ, and, you know, all of these elements I think just added like a comedic value to the second half of the episode. Definitely not the strongest episode of the season, but I think it was a fun, you know, filler episode to get us through to the next week. I'm curious to see what's going to happen, especially coming off such a big episode that we had before, and now we have this. So, and we've definitely seen that before in this season where it's like, you know, crazy episode and then a few kind of, you know, average episodes and then goes back up to being insane. So yeah, I'm curious to see where the next episode's going to go. But exploring this idea of Dawn having her first crush, you know, being a high school student, you know, exploring the world of dating. And of course, it turns out to be with somebody who has, you know, this love spell on his jacket, and everybody is, you know, obsessed with him. And again, I like the nods to the previous episodes of the cheerleader and the love potion with Xander. Xander had some funny one-liners in this, which was great. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. That's how she got hurt? Oh god, a vending machine? The years of therapy to recover from this moment. She just pushed him down the stairs. She's lost her mind. And now he's like a pizza delivery guy. This was like his idol in high school. She's taking her rocket launcher to the high school? Oh, yeah, right. She robbed that bank for sure.